Godt is a stop-motion animated short film created by me, yours truly, and it was assigned to me by OCAD to talk about the theme that revolved around form. Now, it's a very broad topic, but I was allowed to express it in any creative freedom that I want, just as long as it tells the theme about form. When the theme about form came into mind, I immediately thought Lego, because I grew up with Lego and I also have a shit ton of them, which gave me a perfect excuse to use them to my advantage. I wanted to express my relationship with the product in a way that's metaphorical, similar to I'm Thinking About Ending Things and Men, which are two good films. I highly recommend that you watch them. The story behind this is to show how Lego has been increasing their prices lately, and it's very absurd. Like, I can't buy like a small set without spending $50 on it. It's really that stupid. Some people say it's because it's mostly due to inflation, but others think that, because Lego is a business, they're obviously going to exploit the hell out of it. I mean, a Count Dooku Lego minifigure costs like $100 because of how rare that minifigure is. It's quite absurd, and I can't even afford that crap. And I know damn well that Lego knows what they're doing, okay? They stopped manufacturing Count Dooku. That's why it's so rare, okay? Don't give me that shit. The original idea for this animation, according to the storyboard, was going to start out with a red Lego brick being the importance of the story on a stool in like a secure temple where you hear medieval Egyptians fighting in the background, and it cuts forward into the future with the temple destroyed and everything just covered in desert, and our scavenger comes along and finds the red Lego brick, uncovers its secrets, and opens a whole colorful Lego world to explore, and is more happy than he was in the desert. So the idea got entirely scrapped with a new one. As I was making this, I scrapped the whole thing as I went on because I thought that didn't work out, and I just kind of went with the flow and improvised with what I think was best for the animation. There was even a point where I thought about experimenting with the aspect ratio, but I also scrapped that idea because, I don't know, it just felt unnecessary and it wouldn't add anything to the film. So I just instead used a more cinematic look to make it look good instead. Because I just thought it looked cool. I kind of gave up on the aspect ratio. I thought about wanting to make my temple for the red Lego brick to be similar and a reference to like the Zack Snyder's Justice League cut where the Amazons are protecting like the mother box. But looking back on it, I'm like, why would you have a giant gaping hole above the mother box that can lead straight down to it if you're trying to protect it? That just doesn't make any sense. So right here, I decided to get rid of the guard from the final product as I couldn't figure out what to do with him, and instead just mixed his design with the king's. So this version of the king is more green and more fat, and I still kept the original design of the king, but I also have a second version of him in the final product also, with a different design, and the only similarity is his helmet. I also wanted to incorporate this mask into the film, but I couldn't figure out what to do with it or what symbolism or anything. I don't know what it would add to the film, so I just cut it completely. Okay, so because I have one base plate of a desert, I had to take different pictures of this, so I had to take some of these out and place it in different areas to make it look like a different area. And I took pictures of each one of those and put it into After Effects together with the base plate with the animated character to make it look like a much bigger base plate than it is. Like, see here, if you look very closely, you can tell I took like different pictures of the base plate and put them together in After Effects. You can clearly tell because it looks like shit, but I tried to hide that shittiness with the masking, like the solid color masking. I try to hide that, blend it together to make it look decent. But yeah, it looks good enough. You can hardly tell, I think. I also had to add these Lego mountain looking bricks in After Effects. So these are a lot smaller, but I extended the size. I changed the size to make it look bigger and colored it to make it look like it's a big mountain that's far away from the character. And you know, I think it works well. I think it looks great. I took two different pictures of desert mountains. I have like another brick. Yeah, here it is. I just took two of these, and it works pretty well. This shot right here took like 5 hours to animate. He's carrying like heavy stuff, so I want him to limp. So I want him to limp while walking, like he's carrying a heavy dose of luggage, because he's a scavenger. This took 5 hours, and I think it turned out pretty well. Here's how many frames I had to capture just to make this one scene. "102 frames with no duplication." So for this scene, I'm using like LED lights to create this red light effect, and it looks pretty cool. And as you can see, there's some cracks coming through the Lego bricks, and that's because of this, right? But when I turn it off and at a certain angle, when I cover the red lights that are going to be the only light source for this shot, I use these to cover up the cracks so the light doesn't go through the bricks, and it makes it more clean. So right now there's some cracks. Now there aren't any. And it's a pretty cool technique. I really like the glow coming out of that door. Let me get a closer look. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Oh yeah, I want to lick it. However, this doesn't mean that all cracks are sealed. When they are shown, when they do show in the shot, I still have to put them in After Effects and use a clone stamp tool to erase those cracks. Some scenes required for me to fix the lighting or adjust the coloring to match the background, and other scenes like the red room scene mainly required me to use masking to fix the lighting in a way that feels more authentic for the scene. I didn't want the red room scene to look like the lighting was coming from a studio, so I had to fix that. For the scene where the sword drips a drop of blood, as you say, I actually implemented 2D animation by using After Effects, where I take a solid black masking and I feathered it a bit to make it blurry to match with the background and object, and yeah, I just animated it. Turned out pretty cool. The opening shot of the desert required a green screen to get that large landscape, but the final shot required a blue screen because the character was wearing green clothing, so the background had to be separated in contrast from the rest of the objects in order for the chroma keying to work. So for the shot when the scene is supposed to be dark and the only light source is red, I usually film this during night to get that darkness, to get that harsh shadow. But it's daytime right now and I want to get this shot done. I don't want to wait longer for it to be night because that would be wasting more time, because it takes me a while to animate and finish, and so I decided, instead of waiting for it to be nighttime, I covered my window with thick layers of blankets and 2 pieces of cardboard. We actually drilled it to the window. You can see right here, we actually drilled the blanket to the window so it doesn't fall off. Same with here. We add like thick layers to get that, you know, dark room. So if I turn it off, it's not as dark as it was nighttime, but it's good enough for this shot. It's really good enough. It's better. It's pretty dark enough. Plus, it doesn't hurt my eyes while I'm filming this shot, because it hurts, because you know, it hurts your eyes when you're just staring at a bright electronic in a dark room. It's not really good for your eyes. So this helps, and I'm really glad. So for this shot right here, I kind of use perspective to trick you guys. So since the sword is not long enough to show it coming out through his body, I just stuck the handle onto his body. I just stuck the sword right there so that no character is holding the sword. The sword is just sticking on his body in an angle where it looks like he's being stabbed, and I use this sticky tack to make it look like an arm. Since you can't really see the characters really well because they're fully pitch black, it really helps with the illusion.